Hey guys, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It's 9 o'clock on a Monday, which means it's time for a 5x5. Now, this is one of my favourite videos of the week. The idea is really simple. There are 5 segments. There are 5 minutes allocated to each segment. There is a countdown timer at the bottom of the screen. When the countdown reaches 0, I move on to the next segment. It's quick, it's snappy, you never know what you're going to get. I like to make these 5x5s all about what you, the subscribers, want to see, which is why they vary from time to time. And today I'm going to be continuing the series that I've been doing for the last few weeks and starting off with a live performance video. So you're going to start off by seeing me perform a trick live to a real audience. You're going to get to see every single aspect of that trick. You're going to be able to see a live, unedited performance. That's going to be in the first segment. Then in the second segment, I'm going to be breaking that down, do a commentary track over the top, talk to you about what I did, why I did it. We're going to go into timing and audience management and blocking and angles and a whole bunch of really important stuff. So that's going to be the first 2 segments, but we have some other incredible stuff coming up on this week's 5x5. You don't want to miss it. So without further ado, let's get straight into segment number 1, the live performance.
I'm actually pickpocket. Yeah, right. I'm going to give you a demonstration of pickpocket to start off, all right? Now, there's a difference between an amateur and a pro pickpocket. And the difference is really simple. An amateur will just take the wallet, and a pro will take the contents. You absolutely want to be the guy that takes just the contents of the wallet. If you've been on the tube in London, and you keep feeling too worried, exactly. So I'm going to show you what this means. I'm going to show you how to take the contents of the wallet off somebody without them realising it. Now we're going to use my wallet, mainly because I'm not insured, right? What's your name? Jake. Okay, so inside here, I have £100 in £20 notes. Now when you consider that I'm married with 2 kids, that's a bloody good trick in itself right there, to be perfectly honest, right? Yeah. But trust me, it's coming up to Christmas, that's not going to stay there for too long. So I'm going to put this in here, I'm going to show you how to take it out without people realising it. Hold your hand out for me, and put your other hand on top. Now you have an advantage over me, because normally, what would happen is, I wouldn't tell you I'm going to take your stuff, you wouldn't be holding it like that. Normally you have misdirection. So I have to use some really strong misdirection, otherwise I make you focus somewhere else. That's why I have another wallet. Now inside this wallet, I have receipts.
That's dodgy as it is.
2 wallets, yeah. Inside this wallet, I have some receipts. Now these receipts are the same size, shape, and weight as £20 notes, and they're exactly the same. They're made out of paper. The only difference is these are worth nothing. And as you can see, I shop in classic places. Nothing but the best for me. Now I want you to watch really carefully, and don't blink for a second. Premium terms. Fold it up, watch the front, watch the back. It happens on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo-hoo! Right, yeah? That's 20, that's 40, that's 60, that's 80, that's 100. I'm not £100 better off. I would take that and put it in my wallet, and I would walk off £100 richer. And then when you get home and you have a look inside your wallet, you have
receipts. Wow. They're the same receipts, no snappy.
Exactly.
What the hell?
So we're going to go one step further. Now that's cool.
So this routine is very simple. It's basically Richard Sanders' Extreme Burn combined with a Himber Wallet. But I think the most important thing to learn about this, and I talk about it on the channel all the time, is the opening hook line. Excuse me. The opening hook line is really important to grab people's attention. And the hook line changes depending on the audience in front of you. I knew doing this trick to these people with this hook line would work really well. So first of all, think about your hook lines. Now, second of all, notice I kind of got lost with the Himber Wallet. So I opened it a little bit towards myself, first of all, so I could check what was in there. Closed it up, bit of time misdirection, talked to them, then opened it up in the other direction. I think the most important thing you need to understand here is don't run if you're not being chased. They don't know what you're doing with this. So if you're not 100% sure and you need to check something, check it. Now, the other thing that I want you to learn from this video is the magic is so much stronger when it happens in the hand of a spectator. What we're doing here is basically a very simple bill switch routine, but by using a Himber Wallet, we're elevating it to an entirely new level. Now, I'm talking here about how I'm going to try and get the money out there at the wallet. I'm not talking about changing receipts into money or bill switches or anything like that. I'm talking about how I'm going to get the money out the wallet in their hands. The focus is on the wallet in their hands, which is really important because that means that they're not really going to be focusing on what's happening with the receipts. Now, notice I hand a couple of receipts out for examination. And when I do extreme burn, I always do this handling where it comes elevated up towards my face. And the reason is it allows me to perform it to a big distance. It brings all of the eyes up towards my face, which is much better than doing it down below. Now, this is the bit that a lot of magicians are normally worried about because people want to examine those notes. But here, I immediately put the notes away and focus the attention on the audience. Now, notice I take the receipts out and I give the receipts to the spectator and I just take the wallet out of the frame of action. That's very important. If there's something that can't be examined, and in the case of that wallet, it obviously can't be examined, then focus their attention on something that can be examined. In this case, they can examine the receipts, so hand them the receipts. Then they won't even suspect or detect that there's anything wrong with anything else because it's taken outside of their field of vision and therefore they're no longer interested in it. So I suppose the most important thing to learn from this video is the importance of a hook line, selecting the right material for the right audience and making sure that you involve everyone in the audience. And that's really important. Go back and watch the video again and look at how I get eye contact with all three people. Even though it's the only person that's getting involved is the person in the middle, I'm looking at all three of them and drawing them all into the performance. And I think that's very important.
Okay, guys, I want to point out a little product that you can get, and these have flown under everyone's radar. They're very, very old, but they're very, very good. I don't even know where they're marketed from. MagicTrickStickers.com. I found these the last time I went to Alakazam Magic. So when I went to Alakazam in Kent, they have these. I bought myself one. When I went to Alakazam Magic in Kent, Peter Narder's shop, I bought one of these. And the reason I bought one is so that I could bring it onto Magic TV and show you them, because I think these are really useful. But the website here is magictrickstickers.com, so maybe you can get them directly from Magic Trick Stickers. It does say sheet 1, so maybe they've got a kind of a series of them, I don't know. This really caught my eye. And what it is it's a set of stickers designed to help you memorize a deck of cards. Which I think is just a great idea. Now, anybody who's a regular listener or viewer of this channel will know that I'm a big advocate of the memorized deck. I think that mem decks are great, and I personally use Mnemonica. There's lots of different stacks that you can use. Mnemonica is my favorite, which is Juan Tamaritz's stack. Now, what we have here, and if I take them out of here, you should be able to see them. They are a set of stickers designed to look like the barcode on a box of playing cards. And so what you do is you get yourself your playing card box, and if you look here, the sticker looks identical to the bottom part of a regular bicycle deck. So all you do is you take one of your stickers. It's going to be fairly obvious, but I'm going to show you just in case. So you take one of your stickers and you just lay it over here like this, where you would normally have your barcode, and it's designed to be the perfect fit like this. And then once you've done that, what you have here is an instant crib on the bottom of the box. So I can just look at that crib and I can instantly tell you what card is in what position. And what they've done with the stickers, which is really nice, is they've got 5 rows and there's 10 cards to each row. So it's actually very easy to work out what card is at what number. So if you want 33, for example, which I know is the 8 of clubs anyway, but you'd just go down 3 rows and you'd go across and then you'd see, okay, there's the 8 of clubs. Boom. It's as simple as that, which is really, really clever. The other thing that I quite like about it is the red cards are printed in red ink and the blue cards are printed in blue ink. So it's so super simple to be able to get a peek. And the reason that's important, and the reason I wanted to bring this to your attention, is I've spoken to lots of magicians, and one of the reasons they don't memorize a deck of cards is they're scared the first time they go out into the real world to go and do a mem deck trick in the real world. They're worried, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if I can't remember what the card is? What happens under pressure if I absolutely forget? And I always say to people, it doesn't really matter because nobody knows what you're doing. So if you say name a card and you've completely forgotten where that card is, you can shuffle the deck and just go into something else. You know, because the nice thing about magic is the audience doesn't know what you're going into. They don't know what the outcome of the trick is, so you can change things around very, very easily.
Having said that, this makes it even easier, because if somebody says, hey, I want the Jack of Hearts, and I just draw a mental blank and I can't remember that the Jack of Hearts is at number 20, all I have to do is just pick up the card box. So if the cards are already in play, I can just pick up the card box. I can say, now think about this. You could have named any card. Do you know how many cards there are in a deck of playing cards? There's 52, aren't there? Exactly 52 cards, and you could have named any card, but you named the Jack of Hearts. And in that instant, while I'm talking and I'm naturally gesturing with this card case, I can get the peek that I want to. Or I can just have the card case sitting there on my mat, so I can look down and I can see it. Even with bad eyes like me, you can see it very, very clearly. So I just wanted to bring these to your attention. This is a great idea for people who are wanting to get into using a mem deck. I think it's something that you can use. You can put one on the bottom of each deck of cards, and before you know it, you probably won't even need this crib. But the fact that you've got it there, and the problem with a lot of cribs is it's not natural. You know, it's kind of like, well, okay, you've put a crib here, but it's not a natural place to put a crib, if that makes sense. This is an absolutely natural place to put a crib. It makes sense to pick up the card case. It makes sense to move the cards from one hand to the other. You know, if you're doing a mem deck trick where the cards are in the box before you take them out and you have them name a card, you can have it here so you can see exactly where the card is. It's going to give you more confidence, and it's going to help you be more confident with performing mem deck routines. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. Okay, guys, so one thing that I get asked about a lot on this channel is what my favourite Tenyo trick is. I've been very open on this channel. I love a lot of the Tenyo tricks. Some of them are absolutely amazing. I spent a lot of my youth learning new Tenyo tricks and playing around with them. And it's such a... most of the original Tenyo tricks are so clever in methodology, and I've, reviewed some of the more recent Tenyo tricks, and I've not been particularly enamored with a lot of them, but some of their classic range are brilliant. So the question is, and I get it over and over again, what is my favorite Tenyo trick? Well, I'm telling you right now, my favorite Tenyo trick of all time is a very old one, and I'm willing to bet it's a favorite of a lot of people that are watching this channel, and that's the Crystal Cleaver. Now, if you haven't seen the Crystal Cleaver before, you want to go out and beg, borrow, or steal a copy of the Crystal Cleaver, because it is brilliant. And you know what? When I did restaurants on a regular basis, I used to do this all of the time. And for a while, I actually did it as part of the close-up when I was doing an illusion show. So when I was doing an illusion show and I was booked to do an illusion show, I'd do this because I kind of thought of this as a little bit of a mini illusion. And the presentation you're about to see in a minute, when I actually perform this trick, I actually talk about how this is a mini illusion, and it ticks a lot of boxes. I mean, the only negative with this is it's plastic and therefore looks a bit like a toy. But, I mean, if you can get past that, then this is such a killer trick. You borrow a ring, it's examinable beforehand, it's examinable afterwards. It's easy to do. It's not a card trick. It's not a coin trick. It's self-working. You can do it in the spectator's hand, actually. I've done it walk around in the spectator's hands before. If this was a trick that was coming out now, today, and it had never come out before, and this is a brand new release, people would be going crazy about this. This would be like, oh, brand new method, never seen before, super easy to do. The fact that people overlook it is because it's a Tenyo trick, and a lot of people don't perform Tenyo tricks because it's plasticky. But this is a great trick. Right time, right place. This is absolutely awesome. And if I was a social media magician and I was like doing TikTok videos on a regular basis, or I was doing Instagram reels on a regular basis, I'd seriously consider doing this and repurposing it and doing it in different ways. It's a really fun trick to do, and it's definitely worth doing in the real world. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to do a full performance of the Crystal Cleaver. It's still available from most magic shops. It is Tenyo's best trick, in my humble opinion. So, Jack, I've got a few things here, and we're going to get to this in a minute. But you know that I do stage illusions as well. We've got a warehouse down below with like tons of illusions and blades and boxes and swords and so on and so forth, right?
Yep.
I know you've been in there a few times. Have you ever seen the sword basket?
Oh, yeah.
Reagan does it, right? It's where Reagan gets inside a box and I take 5 swords and I push them through, right? I love this trick, and one of the reasons I love it, it's like a mini illusion. It's not a close-up magic trick. It's like a mini illusion.
Ooh.
Let me show you. All illusions take place on a base. So this is our little base. You could examine this if you're here. You could examine everything. Obviously, you're behind the camera. This is the important part. This is the box because every good illusion has a box, and I've got ring in there. We'll get back to that in a bit. This is a see-through box, and you can see through every single aspect of it. And can you see right there in the middle, there's like a little holder.
Yep.
That's for a ring. Now, if you had a ring on your finger, I would borrow your ring. You haven't got a ring, so I'm going to use this one that I just found in the office.
Makes sense.
But the ring goes right here inside the crystal box. And notice it can't move around because it's held in place, right?
Yep.
The lid goes on. And now I'm going to put this right here on the little stage, on the little base. Now, notice the orientation of the ring. Notice that the ring is this way. And the reason that's important is that there's a hole in the side of the box, and I can take this sword and I can push it through here like this.
Nice.
And through the ring, right?
Yep.
Now we're going to try and do something absolutely impossible. I've got this cover. You probably see through. You can see inside it, because every single illusion I've ever done works under the cover of darkness. So I'm going to put the cover on there as well. And the idea is for me to try and penetrate this sword through the box and through the ring, a little bit like the sword basket, but close up. So I'm going to put it right here. It's not going to go through the ring. It's going to go up here, okay?
Yep.
And it's going to happen on 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, I'm actually able to slice that sword right through the box and right through the ring. And I know you think I'm kidding, but if I lift up the lid here, you can see that right there now,
What?
inside the box, it's gone through the lid, it's gone through the ring, and at this point, everything, my friend, is completely and totally examinable. Okay, so one thing that I want to do, and I like to do on the 5x5s, is kind of give you a few ideas that you can use yourself from a creativity point of view. And one thing that I've been playing around with a lot recently is using an Okito box with a shell, with an expanded shell. Because what's nice is, as long as you get the right type of coins, if you get an Okito box, a shell will fit inside an Okito box absolutely fine. Now, sometimes an expanded shell, depending on the Okito box, an expanded shell will not fit inside, and you'll have to get an unexpanded shell and milled down coins. Other times it will. One way you can absolutely guarantee to make sure it'll fit is if you use a Dean set from Jamie Schoolcraft, because those are milled down coins. So that would absolutely work. I'm using these Chinese coins that I got from Justin Miller quite a while ago. And this is actually a coin box also from Justin Miller. And I've been playing around with using coins with a shell with a coin box, which is a really interesting idea. Now, if you don't know what a coin box is, I'm not going to get into it right now. I did a video about 6 months ago on this channel called The Hows and Whys of Coin Box Magic. I went through Okito boxes, Boston boxes, slot boxes, every type of box you can possibly imagine we went through. So if you want to have a look at that video, you can do. It's on the Magic Stuff playlist. But the point about this video is there's lots of different resources where you can learn coin box magic. You know, I learned a lot of the stuff I do from David Roth, but I went through a lot of different sources on that video that I mentioned to you. But I don't see hardly any magicians combining the power of an Okito box with the power of having a shell, which will make you one ahead at any point you want to, or one behind, and you know, you're not even having to use an extra coin. Combine that with the properties of an Okito box, and you've got unlimited potential and power. Now, I've been working on a few different routines, but I'm going to show you a very simple out-in-out style routine where the coins come out the box and then go back into the box, or vice versa, actually, in this case, just to show you the ideas that you can actually use. So I'm using some simple concepts, some hang ping chen, some palm, stuff like that. Have a look at the routine. It's a really fun routine. I've only been working around with this sort of stuff for the last month or two. Let me know in the comments down below, do you do a routine? Are you a coin guy? Do you do a routine where you combine an Okito box with a shell? I would love to know if you do. And if so, how do you find it? Because I'm absolutely loving it. Let's have a look at that routine right now. Okay, Jack, I've got a box, and inside the box there are 3 coins.
Very fancy.
These, yeah, if you were here, well, you are here, but I mean, if you were in front of the camera, you could examine the box, you could examine the lid, you could examine everything, but I mean, you're just going to have to take my word for it, okay?
I trust you.
3 coins, 1, 2, 3 coins. a box, and a lid. Yes?
Yep.
Now, the idea is, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get the coins into the box one at a time. Are you ready?
Yep.
Watch. If I just hold the coins here, the box here, listen. Yeah, that's worked. Look, now there's 2 coins over here, and the reason is inside the box there's only 1 coin.
What?
1 coin has jumped inside the box, almost like magic. Let me do that again for you, okay? This coin right here, this is coin number 1. It goes in the box. Make sure I don't cheat. 1 coin in the box, yes?
Yep.
Watch this one. If I do that, that's the 2nd coin vanished. That leaves us with 1 coin over here, and that's because inside the box we've got 2. So look. How many coins right here that have gone in the box? There's 2, right?
Yeah.
1 left to go. Remember, 2 coins go in the box. 1 coin left to go. Watch the final coin. If I just do that, just like that, that is all 3 coins.
What?
But if I want to, Jack, I can actually make the coins go back out the box. Would you like to see that for the big finish?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Look, 1 goes in the box, 2 goes in the box, 3 go in the box, yeah?
Yeah.
When I do that, that's the first one out the box. That should leave us with 2. Yes, it does. It leaves us with 2. Kind of weird, right?
Very weird.
Shall I do it again?
Yes, go on.
Okay, look, let me put the box over here. I'm going to go really slowly. There's still 2 coins to go, yes?
Yep.
Let me show you. That's 1. That's 2. Inside the box, the lid goes on. Yeah? Now, the first one came out through the box. The second one happens when I snap my fingers, and that's the second one out of the box. That leaves us with 1 final coin. What's the last coin? You know what's going to happen. I'm going to make this last coin jump over here, Jack. It's going to jump to join the other 2. So we're going to leave those 2 there. Yeah? This last one's going to jump over there. You get the idea?
Yep.
Watch. It goes in the box. You can see it inside the box, can't you?
100%.
The lid goes on. I can't be any fairer than that, Jack, right? Are you ready?
Yeah.
When you say go.
Go.
And that would be, hopefully, yep, that's it. That's the final coin gone out the box. And over there, that's 1, 2, 3 coins.
What?
Okay, guys, that is another 5x5 in the bag. Thank you very much for joining me once again and watching this 5x5. Hope you enjoyed it. We're on the run-up to Christmas this week right here on Magic TV. So on Thursday, which is the 23rd of December, we're going to be here with the top 10 tricks of 2021. That's going to be on Thursday. We've got the top 10 tricks of 2021. Then on Friday, Christmas Eve, we're going to be here with the top 10 worst tricks of 2021. So there's a whole stack of stuff happening. It's going to be very, very exciting. Make sure you stick around on Magic TV to watch all of that. Myself and Lloyd are going to be here on Wednesday with a festive podcast. It's going to be a Christmas themed podcast, so check that out. That's going to be on all major podcast sharing platforms and so on and so forth. And don't forget, you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Tomorrow I'm going to be back with a Talk Magic. We're going to have a Talk Magic right here at 9 o'clock, a Shorts at 2 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, a Magic Live. I'll see you again. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Craig from Magic TV.